since the AFL-NFL merger in 1970. The 4 quarterbacks that lead the NFL in both in a season have won the MVP that year. So I'm going to bring the guys back in and talk about this. Jeff Saturday, should Aaron Rodgers be a lock for the MVP?
No, sir. I still think it's Tom Brady. And listen, Tom Brady did it again this weekend in New York where they're down. AB's throwing a tantrum, doing topless jumping jacks throughout the end zone. He still comes back and puts his team and gives his team a victory. He's got 1,000 more yards this season than Aaron Rodgers. And listen, if you think about the Packers, they had a better defense for the majority of the year. They have a better running game. You've asked Tom Brady to do more than Aaron Rodgers, and he still performed at 44 years old. It's absolutely remarkable. I would give that thing to Tom Brady.
Oh, it's a tight battle. Neek, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against Tom Brady, but I think what Aaron Rodgers has done for the entirety of the season, with the exception of week 1, has been more impressive. I know that the numbers as far as yards don't match up, but I feel like that he's done more for them. And we're talking about Tom Brady's great comeback last weekend. They were down to the Jets.
Yes.
Like, Tom Brady was there for the 80% of the game prior to that, too. So, like, I don't see that happening to Aaron Rodgers. And you can point to that Cardinals game as probably one of the more impressive performances of Aaron Rodgers, where he didn't have all the weapons that you suggested, and they managed to cobble together a victory on defense and screen passes. So Aaron Rodgers, I think, has done something quite impressive this year in back-to-back MVPs. You want to beat the champ, you got to beat the champ, and nobody, or if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. It doesn't feel like anybody's come and taken that MVP from Rodgers, in my view.
Yeah, Rodgers is still the odds-on favorite to win it, according to Vegas. Marcus, what do you think?
No need to go deep into it. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. He's the most valuable player. We saw what the hell they looked like when he didn't play. He's the most valuable player on that football team. And when you think about where the Packers are sitting here with the 1 seed, this dude didn't even practice during the offseason. And he's out here with a 67% QBR. His team is 13-3. He's figured out ways to win games without his weapons. The one Dominique alluding to, he had none of his receivers. Not one. He had 0. And they went and beat Arizona when we thought Arizona was the best team in the NFL at the time. So I can't see a reason for him not being the most valuable player. I'm with Jeff. I think Tom has played out of his mind. But Tom has had more than Aaron has had, and I'm not even down on Aaron weapons. I think Aaron has enough, sufficient weapons to win a Super Bowl with. I'm not one of those guys thinking they needed to draft 15 receivers. But Tom did have the best of the best for a large majority of this season, especially weapons-wise, and we find Aaron Rodgers here in the 1 seed in the NFC.
Jeff, I go to you real quick, and then I want to get Dan for the final word.
No, I mean, listen, to argue against Aaron Rodgers, I understand the principle of what they're saying about how good he is, and I appreciate how good he's been. It's still 1,000 yards difference in yards. You're asking a 44-year-old person to throw it more than anybody else, be more accurate, score more touchdowns, outscore. You've had your defensive backfield decimated, so you're in track meets a lot of the time. You do not have the same running game that Green Bay has, and Leonard Fournette's been out, and you're still winning games. I mean, listen, I appreciate Aaron Rodgers. Again, it's splitting hairs, but I think you got to go with Tom Brady because of the numbers of what he's posted.
Okay, Graz, you be our decider here. What do you got?
I would go with Rodgers narrowly over Brady. Look, the 4 interceptions against 35 touchdowns. If that stands out to me, if you want to talk about numbers, Brady's got 12, which isn't many, but 4 is none. I would love to be able to dock Aaron Rodgers because he missed a game, because he made a selfish decision not to get vaccinated and render himself potentially unavailable. That game didn't cost him. They still got the 1 seed, so I got to get that out of here. Brady's played every game. It's a close race, but I would give it to Rodgers right now if I were voting.
Yeah, both have been incredible this season, but it's hard not to give it to Aaron Rodgers.
I can't wait to see if Matt LaFleur going to be in the Coach of the Year conversation when Aaron playing in San Francisco.
No kidding. He should be.
Absolutely should be. That's interesting. All
Talk
right.
about next season.
Can we talk about, though, this? Because the Packers, look like they're on top of the NFC. Who's the biggest threat to the Packers, you guys, in terms of winning the Super Bowl? Marcus, I'll start with you.
You got me? I got the Rams, Ryan. I got the Rams, and it's because of the inconsistency. And I know Matt Stafford is throwing interceptions. I get it. I understand it. But at least the Rams have shown the ability to be explosive. And then on the defensive side, which I don't think holistically they are better defensively than the Cowboys, but they got guys that can absolutely change games. And we saw 2 of them do it against the Baltimore Ravens this past weekend. The Rams right now because Dallas offense.
Okay. Graz, who's the biggest threat?
Swagoo, he's not. Didn't you listen to Orlovsky? He's not actually throwing interceptions. We're imagining those. There's no issue there with Stafford and turnovers. I think they're winning the games. Look, I think if he can stop turning it over, the Rams are the answer. They have the most the high-end talent, the explosiveness to compete with the Packers. I think the Packers are head and shoulders right now, better than anyone in the NFC. But if you're asking me for the best challenger, I think the Rams have the potential to be that.
If he can stop turning it over. Jeff, who's the biggest threat to the Packers winning the Super Bowl?
I'm going Tampa Bay. And listen, you know, Swagoo said it early in the show. You got 3 hours to prove who you are. Tom Brady's done it a whole lot. Todd Bowles has done it a lot as well, the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's pieced this thing together so many times. I can't take that away from you. You're going to have to, you said it, Fox said it earlier. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. They're still the champs. Let's see who can take them out.
Good point. Okay, Neek.
Yeah, well, a lot of those champs ain't there anymore, so I'm going to go with Dallas. I think the argument that you guys made for the Rams is a really good one, but it's for the same reasons I'm going with Dallas. It's that front. It's the ability to get after the passer and not have to blitz to do so. I think Dallas has that ability and the big play ability on the back end. I think it's my faith in Dak is higher than my faith in Matthew Stafford, and I think that's what it comes down to. Despite the fact that he's not playing well right now, I think that team has a higher offensive upside and the same potential to get pressure with that front.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.